Welcome to the Dream Lab. Tonight, we're drifting through a story older than Earth itself. A tale of stars that burned long before there were eyes to see them, of light that wandered for billions of years, waiting patiently for someone like you to look up. You see, the sky above you isn't just a backdrop, it's a memory. Every flicker of starlight is a message from the past, reaching across time just to arrive here. In this moment, with you, so lie back, let your thoughts slow. Tonight we gently uncover how the stars that waited for eyes too. Find them remind us that we are not just observers, we are part of the cosmos dream. Stay with me as we fall softly into the light. Asterisk, have you ever wondered how long the stars have been waiting for you? Long before your eyes opened, before your breath began. There was a sky full of quiet fire, burning silently above a world that hadn't yet learned to look up. Imagine that, a night so ancient. Its starlight wandered for billions of years just to arrive. In this moment, in your gaze, you're not just lying down to sleep. You're returning to something older than memory. A soft reunion between your body and the cosmos it came from. So breathe with me, slowly. Let the tension melt from your shoulders. Let the stillness unfold around you. The stars haven't changed. They've only been waiting for the warmth of your eyes to finally find them. Before there were eyes, there was only light and silence. Tonight, you lie down beneath a sky that once went unseen, a canvas of waiting whispers. What does it mean for something to exist? Unwitnessed? As you breathe slowly, the stars begin to remember. They've waited patiently for you, the dreamer who dares to look up. You lie still, cocooned in the hush of evening, your breath rising like a tide against the edges of sleep. The ceiling above you fades, not into darkness, but into a memory the world has held for billions of years, a memory made of starlight. Long before you were born, before your parents were born, before earth, war, oceans, or skylight was already traveling, shimmered, untouched, across a young universe, unseen, unnamed, and uninterrupted. Back then, there were no eyes, no gaze to meet the stars, no minds to wonder where light came from or why it moved so patiently through the dark. The universe was full of light, but it was blind. Imagine that. Imagine a sky glowing endlessly, but no witness to hold its glow. Galaxies spinning, stars collapsing, planets forming, all of it happening in silence. Like music without ears, you might think things begin when we notice them. That light exists only when it reaches us, but stars have no need for our noticing. They were always burning. They waited, not in loneliness, not in longing, but in rhythm, stillness. Their light crossed unimaginable distances, and some of it was meant for this moment. For your eyes, for your breath, for your night. A photon, born in the core of a star, spent hundreds of thousands of years just fighting its way to the surface. Then it leaped into open space. Billions of years passed. It crossed voids too vast to hold in words. It never stopped, never swerved, never aged. And now it enters your eye. Right now, what a gentle miracle that something so old, so far traveled, touches you not with force, but with sight. That light becomes part of your vision. That vision becomes part of your story. You don't just lie beneath stars. You receive them. They enter your body in quiet streaks, turning into signals, into color, into the soft knowing that you are not alone. But for most of time, there was no knowing. Only being. There were galaxies born and gone without ever being seen. Entire swirls of stars that lived and died in perfect anonymity. They did not need eyes to be real. Maybe they needed you to be remembered. Because memory begins with noticing. Noticing begins with stillness. Tonight you give that gift. You become the stillness that sees. You return the gaze. That's all the stars ever asked for. Not worship, not praise. Just a gentle witness. You've looked up at the sky before, but have you ever let it look back? Not just with your mind, but with your entire being? Feel it. Now, the weightless press of starlight touching your closed eyelids, it doesn't need to be seen clearly. It only needs to be received. What is starlight? Really? It's not heat, not color, not flame. It's time stretched into brightness. It's history written in beams. Every star you see shows you the past, even the closest ones shine from years ago. Some are already gone, and yet their light remains. That's the secret of the sky. We're always looking backward, even when we think we're looking up. You're not just watching the stars. You're watching time fall gently onto your face, and still, the sky does not rush. It is in no hurry to be seen. It trusts that eyes will come, that some mind someday will wonder. And now here you are.
Oh.
The wanderer, the dreamer beneath the stars. You are made of what you see. Every atom in your body was born in a star's. Heart flung out, cooled, gathered again into muscle and breath and thought. You are the sky, learning to see itself, the universe, slowly awakening. The witness it has always waited for. Tonight you've come full circle, from stardust to seer, from silence to story, but this is only the beginning. Because if stars existed long before sight, what else did they send out into the dark? What was the first thing the stars gave, even before your body learned to see it? What traveled even farther than light? What flame was born in a universe too young to name it? Close your eyes. Somewhere deep inside, you still carry the echo of a fire older than light itself. Tonight, that flame is ready to be remembered. Before atoms settled into galaxies, there was only heat, a vast pulsing brightness. You carry the echo of that first fire in every warm cell of your body. The stars are not distant strangers. They are your ancestors burning gently in reverse, and they still flicker behind your eyelids. Even when you sleep, long before starlight, long before time was time, there was a flash. Not a sound, not an explosion, but a birth. Sudden, wordless, entire. The universe began not with shape, but with heat, a flame, white as all becoming, too hot for form, too bright for light. It's not a fire we could ever touch, but a fire we still carry inside. You may think of fire as something that burns, but this was fire that became everything. The walls of your room, the atoms in your breath, the warmth in your chest. All of it once was part of that first nameless flame. It didn't flicker. It roared without sound. And then, like breath drawn in, it expanded. Faster than light, faster than thought. Faster than the idea of speed itself. But it wasn't chaos. It was potential. It was the first unfolding. The first whisper of stars not yet born. And it left behind something we still feel. A background hum. A thermal ghost. A warmth stretched thin across the sky. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background. But you can think of it differently, as the soft afterglow of creation. The warmth of the universe's first breath still reaching us, gently. Even now in the quiet of your night, a fraction of that ancient heat passes through you. Not enough to burn. Just enough to remember, and inside your body, your cells keep their own fire. They hum with warmth, transforming food into energy, turning breath into motion. That fire, too, has a lineage. It descends from the first every spark in your mitochondria. Echoes the heat that once filled all of space. You are not separate from that beginning. You're one of its quiet continuations. That first fire didn't vanish, simply cooled. And from it came particles. Tiny building blocks, and they danced together, forming atoms, then stars, then everything else. But at first there were no atoms. Only energy, whirling and wild, trying to find balance. It took time. Took patience. The fire had to stretch and settle before it could become stars. And so the universe waited. Not in boredom, but in preparation, until the heat dimmed enough for the first hydrogen atoms to form. Tiny, simple things. The quietest alphabet from which all galaxies would be written. You are made mostly of hydrogen. You are, in a way, made of waiting. Things cooling just enough to become you. That fire still lives in you. You feel it in your heartbeat, in your breath's warmth against the pillow, in the quiet ache of being alive. And the stars, they are not distant strangers. They are that first flame, burning gently in reverse, memory kept glowing in the sky. When you look at them, you're looking into a mirror turned backward. A reflection of your face, but of your origin, because you didn't come from dust. You came from fire, and fire remembers. Even when cooled, even when stilled. Even when wrapped in skin and thought, close your eyes now. The heat inside you is older than sleep, older than life, older than dreaming. You are a warm echo of the first. Brightness that ever dared to become something more. And as you drift deeper, you carry that echo into the dark, into the hush, into the dream where stars are still being born from the fire you've always known. And if fire was the beginning, then light became its messenger. A traveler with no home, no wait, no rest. Close your eyes. The next chapter begins with a single photon, just now arriving at your door. Photons, tiny travelers with no mass. No memories stream endlessly through space. Some began there. Journey before Earth existed. One reaches your eye tonight, finishing a voyage billions of years long. The light you see is ancient, yet it chooses you now. And in that instant, time becomes soft and circular. Light is the quietest traveler in the universe. No bags to carry, no feet to tire. It moves without resting, without aging. A whisper flung into the dark, never looking back. Imagine a single photon, a particle of light, weightless, timeless, free. It does not know where it began. It only knows how to move. Born in the burning heart of a star, this photon pushes outward, through storms of plasma and oceans of magnetism, through layers of gas and dust. It takes years, thousands, just to escape the surface. And once it's free, it does the one thing it was made for. It travels. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't stop to think. It carries its message in the form of color, of warmth, of memory. Some photons never find an ending. They wander forever, threading through galaxies, passing by worlds that never notice them. But some land. One lands. Tonight, not on a telescope, not on a satellite, but on you. It touches the soft curve of your eye. It's absorbed by a cell that turns it into a signal, and in that signal is vision, a color, a glimmer, a piece of sky. And just like that, a journey that began billions of years ago is complete. You, in your stillness, are the final destination of an ancient light. You may think you're small. You may feel like you're far from the stars. But tonight, you are what the light was looking for. It's strange to think. Light has no eyes, but it finds sight. It has no voice, but it speaks in color. It has no soul, but it tells stories. And those stories are written across the sky. You just need to be still enough to read them. Because not all light is the same. Some is blue, quick, sharp, filled with energy. Some is red, long, stretched out, as if time pulled it gently while it traveled. That's what happens as the universe expands. Light gets tired. Not in a sad way, just in a slow, graceful stretching. This is how we know how far a star has been. Its color tells us how long it wandered, and in a single ray of light we can read the age of a galaxy. We can hear its heartbeat. We can see its rise, or its fading. You don't need to understand equations to feel this. Your body already knows what light feels like. You feel it on your skin in the morning. You see it flicker through leaves. Close your eyes, and it still glows behind them. Even now, in the dark. Light is everywhere. Faint, ancient, traveling, waiting, the moonlight spilling across. Your pillow was sunlight bounced, softened, silvered. But its source is still a fire. A fire that sends out billions of photons every second. Each one with a chance to reach something or someone. Somewhere far away, there's a galaxy we will never visit. Its stars will never know your name. Their light maybe one night. A single photon from that galaxy will thread its way across space and find its way to your eye. And for a moment, just a moment, you and that distant star will be connected by the thinnest, oldest thread of light. This is what it means to live in a universe made of fire and time. You are not just a body on a planet. You are a place where light comes to rest. And maybe that's what seeing really is. Not just recognizing, but receiving. Not just looking, but welcoming. You don't have to chase the stars. They're already coming to you. Ray by ray, and you, with your quiet eyes and steady breath, are the answer to their long, patient journey. But what about the light that didn't just pass through you? What about the matter that stayed? The atoms in your bones? The iron? In your blood? Where did they travel from? Lie still now. The next chapter begins inside your very body. Where the stars once lived, your body is built from ashes, stardust scattered and reassembled. Iron in your blood once churned in a dying sun's heart. Calcium in your bones slept inside a nova. You don't just look at stars. You are a star, remembering itself. And maybe that's why the night sky feels like home. You lie here, breathing gently, but your body is not entirely your own. It is a gathering, a mosaic of ancient elements borrowed from distant fires. Take a moment, feel the weight of your limbs, the rise and fall of your chest, the warmth behind your eyes. Each part of you is a page in the long book of the stars. You may seem solid, but you are built from ash, not the kind left in hearths, but the cooled remains of stars that died with beauty. Look at your hands. There is iron in your blood, spinning quietly in each cell. That iron was not made on Earth. It was forged in a furnace far from here, the heart of a dying star, one that collapsed in on itself and exploded outward, seeding the galaxy with heavy dreams. You carry that dream. In every heartbeat, a star's final breath still echoes. In calcium. The stone of your bones came not from soil or ocean, but from explosions so bright they outshone whole galaxies, supernova, scattering gifts across space like seeds in a garden too vast to see. Even the oxygen in your breath, the carbon in your skin, all of it was once part of stars that lived, burned and died to become something new. You are not separate from the sky. You are a constellation folded inward. Every atom in you has a story. Not just a chemical name, but a path, a journey. Some atoms in your body have traveled through multiple stars, drawn in, fused, cast out again. They've seen more than the Earth ever will. They've belonged to suns and storms, oceans and embryos, creatures long forgotten. And now they belong to you, but they are not finished. One day they'll return to soil, to air, maybe even to starlight again. Nothing in the universe stays still. Not even your bones. Not even your breath. Everything is part of a long, soft cycle. Birth, burn, scatter, gather, and dream again. And so you are not just looking at stars. You are remembering somewhere inside you. Your atoms still hum with the heat of their origins, that warmth you feel as you lie still. It is not just body heat. It is history made flesh. And perhaps that's why the stars don't feel foreign. Why, when you look up, something quiet inside you says, yes, I know this place. Because you came from there, because a part of you never left. You are the star's memory. It's a part that learned to sleep, to dream, to wonder. You are a fragment of cosmos. It's given a name and a heartbeat. And in the dark, as you drift towards sleep, your body becomes the sky again, wide, quiet, and full of light. But not every part of the universe burns. There is a silence between stars, vast, cold, and still. A silence that holds stories too soft to shout. Close your eyes. The next chapter lies in the space between everything you've ever known. Not every space is filled with fire. Most of the universe is quiet, still, and cold. But that silence isn't empty. It's the pause between breaths. You float in a cosmos that hums so low, it sings only to sleepers. Each pause in your heartbeat is in rhythm with the dark and silence. 2 is a kind of story. Not everything in the universe shines. Not every story begins with fire. There is a quiet between stars, a hush so vast it cannot be measured. It's only felt. You are drifting now, not through flames, but through silence. A space so large, so lightless it seems untouched, but it is not empty. It is filled with something. Softer, a kind of presence without sound. Most of the cosmos is this. Not stars, not planets, just dark. A darkness not of fear, but of stillness. A darkness that waits without needing to be seen. Between every star, there are light years of black. And within those stretches, the temperature falls to nearly nothing. No wind, no light, no touch. Just the deep quiet of unlit space. It is in this quiet that galaxies breathe. It is in this dark that stars are born. Silence, you see, is not absence. It is space for becoming. It is room to listen. Think of the spaces between heartbeats. They don't frighten you. They soothe you. They give rhythm to your pulse. The universe, too, has a pulse. The silence between stars is its resting note. You are floating in that note now, safe cradled in dark. Your breath rising and falling. Like waves through black velvet, it may feel like nothing is happening. Beneath the silence, there is structure. Gravity stretches here. Invisible webs hold galaxies together. Particles drift, unseen but not unmoved, even in the coldest void. There are particles, single atoms whispering through space like seeds on wind and cosmic rays. Tiny bursts of ancient energy pass. Through you, through your walls, through the earth itself, as if matter were a suggestion. They are the silent messengers. Travelers that do not need to shine to be real. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it sleeps. Silence is a different kind of story. One told in pauses, in weightlessness, in waiting. You know this story too? You feel it in the quiet between thoughts, in the hush before dreams begin, in the space you give yourself to let go, and that is what the stars do when they are not burning. They let go. The ones that died became dust. That dust became you. But some did not explode. Some collapsed inward, so deeply they disappeared. They became black holes, not monsters, but memories. Too dense to share, they do not roar. They do not glow. They hold space. Hold stories in silence so complete it bends time itself. You will never hear them, but your atoms know they're there. Gravity remembers. And that's what silence does. It remembers. It keeps what light forgets. It holds what time releases. So do not fear the dark. That is not the opposite of light. It is the place where light begins. Every star you see tonight was once a silence like this. A place so quiet, no one thought it could ever shine. And yet, it did. You too have places inside you that feel silent, that feel like nothing lives there. But even your stillness holds potential. Even your sleep is an act of gathering. You are becoming, even now, in the dark, in the hush, in the pause between the chapters of your day. So breathe into the space between stars. Let it wrap around you. It's not as a void, but as a blanket. There's room here for all the things you're not yet ready to become, and the silence will keep them safe until you are. And through this silence, something reaches, not with fingers, but with pull. A force without touch, strong enough to hold moons, soft enough to hold you to the earth. Lie still. Let gravity find you. Imagine a thread, invisible and soft, tugging every star toward every other. Gravity isn't a force of violence. It's a quiet longing. It pulls planets into dances and moons into embraces. It even holds you to your bed, whispering, "Stay." And the whole cosmos listens, leaning ever inward. There is something holding you now. It doesn't shout, doesn't glow. But it keeps you here, grounded, quiet, cradled in the fabric of Earth. Gravity, not the fall, but the pull. Not the crash, but the invitation. You don't feel it sharply. You feel it as stillness. It's your body nestling into your bed, refusing to drift away. You feel it in the way your chest rises, then sinks back into the mattress like a soft tide returning. To shore, this invisible thread that ties you to the Earth, is the same one that keeps the moon close. It bends the path of comets. It holds galaxies together like constellations made of silk. Gravity does not push. It only draws near. A gentle tug, a silent longing. Everything in the universe wants to be closer to everything else. Even stars fall in love this way. They drift toward one another slowly until entire galaxies spiral into embraces. This is not violence. This is choreography. Planets don't just orbit, they dance. Moons don't just follow, they lean in. Even black holes, with their dark hearts, are only places where gravity has drawn everything inward until it cannot escape its own need to hold. Gravity is not the enemy of freedom. It is what makes motion meaningful. Without it, there would be no falling leaves, no rising tides, no stars at all. It's easy to forget this, to think of it as weight, as burden. But gravity is what allows you to return to the ground, to the sea, to sleep. It's the force that keeps your feet on Earth's quiet skin. And at night, it keeps your breath tethered gently to the body you left behind in dreams. Even your thoughts floating high above are not untouched by it. They curve like starlight around a memory, drawn back to what matters. Gravity isn't heavy. It's patient. It works across silence, across lifetimes, across light-years. It doesn't need to be seen to be believed. You already trust it. Every time you lie down, every time you let go. Right now, it's holding you. It's not tightly, just enough. It hums in your bones like a lullaby sung by a planet. And the Earth, so massive, so slow, sings this song without words. Stay, rest here, you belong. And while gravity holds your body, your thoughts begin to lift. Upward, toward the sky, toward ancient eyes that looked up before you. Sleep now. You're not the first to wonder in the dark. Long before telescopes, your ancestors looked up in wonder. They traced stories in starlight and called them gods, or ghosts. But even then, something deeper stirred, curiosity in the dark. Tonight, your eyes repeat that sacred act, gazing upward, asking quietly, why? And the stars answer only in light. Long before glass lenses were shaped, before light was bent into magnified worlds. Your ancestors lay beneath the same sky. Their eyes, unburdened by knowledge, were open wide to wonder. They saw more than points of light. They saw stories, shadows of gods, whispers of dreams. Each flicker became a voice, each constellation, a sacred map etched across the heavens. They didn't need science to feel the stars' pull. They knew the sky was a storybook, a living canvas of mystery and meaning. And tonight, you do the same. You look up not just to see, but to ask, why does the sky glow? Why do the stars whisper? Why does your heart slow when darkness deepens? Your eyes open in the dark, reflecting the ancient light that reached across time. You carry the curiosity that once guided explorers and dreamers alike. That quiet urge to know, to feel, to connect, is as old as the stars themselves. Even now, as you drift, your gaze reaches beyond your room, beyond your planet. To the endless night, the stars answer, not with words, but with their shimmering light. They speak in colors and pulses, in warmth and silence, in the rhythm of their distant fire. Your ancestors listened to these signs without telescopes or maps, and you too can learn to hear. Tonight, your eyes become bridges between past and present, between earth and sky, between wonder and knowing. And as sleep pulls you deeper, your gaze softens, becoming part of the sky's breath, part of the cosmos' quiet dance. You are the child of the night, the listener to ancient light, the dreamer who asks why. While the stars patiently wait, but soon, those ancient eyes found new tools, instruments to catch whispers too faint for human sight. Telescopes, the ears of the sky, opened new doors to wonder. Close your eyes gently. The next story begins with light reaching farther than ever before. Telescopes do not simply see, they listen. To heat, to light, to ancient signals stretched, thin by time. Each one is a cup catching starlight poured long ago. You are not separate from these tools. You built them to extend your wonder, and what they see, you feel. Deep in your chest, you might think telescopes are just eyes, glass lenses or mirrors bent in shape to catch light. But really, they are ears. Cupped to the sky, listening to whispers too faint for human senses. They hear the warmth left behind when stars have grown old. They catch the gentle hum of gas clouds stirring. Some listen for waves far beyond visible light radio signals. X-rays, gamma rays, messages wrapped in mystery. Each telescope is a vessel, a cup catching starlight poured long before your time. When you look through one, you are not separate from the sky. You are part of the universe's ongoing conversation. You've built these tools to extend your wonder, to reach farther, to listen deeper. And with every glimpse, you feel something stir, a connection, a spark, a reminder that the universe is alive. In ways your eyes alone cannot see, these machines help you hear. The stories stars have told since before Earth was a thought. They whisper of beginnings, of endings, of journeys, uncounted. When you watch the images they send back, you're not just seeing distant places. You're feeling time itself. You feel it in your chest, a quiet rhythm syncing with light's ancient beat. And even as you rest, your mind listens. You are part of this vast chorus, a human note in the symphony of stars. And as the universe sings, you close your eyes, letting its stories lull you deeper. But light holds secrets beyond brightness. Split it gently and you find a rainbow, a coded language of color telling tales of stars' hidden lives. Rest now. The next story waits in the spectrum. White light is a secret song, a prism's gentle hand revealing colors hidden inside. Each hue whispers about a star's temperature, age, and story. When you gaze upward, you read a cosmic poem written in rainbows, and your body remembers every shade. Let the colors paint your dreams. White light looks simple, like a quiet glow, but inside it lies a secret, a hidden spectrum waiting to unfold. Imagine a single beam, pure and steady, like a thread of silk stretched tight. Now imagine that thread softly pulled apart into a rainbow, reds that stretch, blues that sparkle, greens that hum with life. This is the language of stars. Colors hidden in white, telling stories older than you know. Red is the warmth of slow-burning embers. It speaks of stars that take their time, glowing softly, living long, gentle lives. Blue is the flash of youth, hot, fierce, and bright. A star burning fast, full of energy and fire. Green whispers of gases, of planets forming in the dark, of life's own hidden palette. Each color is a clue, a note in the star's quiet song. When you look at the night sky, you are reading this song without words. Your eyes translate the colors, your mind weaves their meaning, and your body, too, knows these hues. You feel warmth from red stars, a cool sharpness from blue ones. You carry their colors inside you, in your blood, your breath, your bones. Light is a messenger, carrying the memory of distant fires. It's a gentle code, written in waves and colors, waiting for someone to listen. Tonight, you listen. You let the spectrum paint your dreams in shades of wonder and calm. You are wrapped in the soft glow of 1,000 colors born in fires far away, and as you drift deeper, those colors blend into one another, like a lullaby made of light. But color is only one part of the story. Light and shadow dance together, shaping the universe's deepest mysteries. Close your eyes gently. The next chapter waits in the balance. Light creates beauty, but shadow shapes meaning. Where light fades, mysteries grow, black holes, dark matter, and cosmic whispers unseen. You rest between brightness and shadow, held gently in the universe's delicate balance. And in this twilight, new stories quietly unfold. Light is soft, but shadow is deeper. Where light fades, there is space for mystery. Not everything shines. Some things hold their secrets in darkness, in absence. In the places light cannot reach, you lie here between these two, between glow and shade, between knowing and wonder. The universe is not only fire, it is also shadow. a dance of absence. In presence, black holes hide in this dance, places where gravity pulls so deeply, not even light can escape. They are not monsters, but doorways to the unknown. Dark matter, too, weaves its silent web through the cosmos, invisible yet shaping the galaxies you see. These shadows hold weight. They hold story. They hold space for things yet to be discovered. Your body knows this balance well. You rest in light and dark, awake and asleep, breath and stillness. You live in twilight, where answers fade and questions bloom. The edge of sleep is like this, a place where light dims and dreams begin to form in shadows. So do not fear. The dark places, they are as vital as the light. They hold the canvas on which stars are drawn. In their quiet, you can find peace. You are cradled here, held softly between fire and shadow, between what is known and what waits. Tonight, you rest in this balance, and new stories quietly unfold in the space between, and as light and shadow play. Time itself weaves its dance, slow and patient, carrying all things forward. Lie back. Let time cradle you gently. Time moves quietly, weaving stars and galaxies into stories. It stretches and bends, folding moments into memories. Your breath matches the pulse of cosmic rhythms, and in sleep, you drift alongside the universe's gentle flow. In this dance, all things become one. Time is the softest dancer you've ever known. It does not rush. It does not stumble. It moves. Slowly, folding moments into stories, stories into stars, stars into galaxies. You are part of this dance. Your breath follows its rhythm, steady and slow. Every heartbeat is a step, a whisper of the universe's movement. Look at your hands. They hold the history of time. Atoms in your skin have traveled eons, witnessed birth and decay. It's been shaped by the slow turn of ages. The stars themselves move in this dance, spiraling through space, gathering in clusters, colliding softly, then spinning away again. Time is curved, bent by gravity's gentle hand. It flows differently near massive stars and stretches across empty space. You don't have to understand its science. Your body already knows its song. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the slow turning of your thoughts into dreams. You are drifting in time's embrace, held gently between past and future, between what has been and what will be. Sleep is time's partner. It lets you fold inward, gathering moments into rest, and as you close your eyes, you become part of the cosmic dance. No longer separate, but one with time's soft rhythm in this quiet flow. All things become one, stars and atoms, breath and light, memory and dream, and as the dance slows, the night holds its breath, waiting to remember what you have seen. What you have felt? Rest now. The final story begins with a gentle remembering. Night is more than darkness. It is memory held softly in time. Each star is a story waiting to be recalled. Your dreams are whispers of ancient light, folding gently into rest. And as you sleep, the cosmos remembers you. To sleep now. It's cradled in the night's endless embrace. Night falls like a soft blanket, covering the world in quiet shadows. But night is not empty. It is full of memory. Each star overhead is a story, waiting to be told again. A light that traveled across ages to reach your eyes tonight. You carry those stories inside you. Your breath, your heartbeat, your slow drifting thoughts. When you close your eyes, you enter the night's own dream. A place where time folds gently and memories swirl like galaxies. Your dreams are not just yours. They are echoes of ancient light, whispers of stars long gone, and those still burning bright. The night keeps remembering. It holds you as you rest softly, deeply, endlessly. You are part of this remembering. The night is not outside you. Lives within you, in the quiet pulse of your sleep, in the warmth beneath your skin. So breathe slowly now. Let the night wrap around you like a familiar song. The cosmos holds you. It remembers you. And as you drift deeper, you become part of the story, a thread in the vast tapestry woven by stars, time and light. Sleep now, gently held in the night's endless embrace. When you awaken, you carry the stars with you, not just in sight, but in the soft knowing of belonging.